Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the WCA 2016 Asia Pacific Qualifier. We could also call it the Korean Qualifier because all 9 players that have qualified for this or have been invited are from the motherland of Warcraft. Welcome to Back to Warcraft. My name is Neo, the host for today. Right next to me, my co-casters, it's of course Remo and YAWS. The band is back together. Good morning, YAWS first.
Good morning, bro. I think we've been all waiting for this. For the return of the king, the Orc King, that is supposed to be the best player from South Korea. It's Lun, and he's going up against Reprisal in the very first match. But let's introduce the third one to the party. Hello, Mr. Remo.
Good morning, guys. Very bright and shiny it is indeed, and nice of you to have tuned in already. Yeah, we mentioned it. This is the big story of this tournament. It's Lun's return. We, of course, all hope for him to make it far. He was one of the greatest players of all time, maybe the greatest orc that the game has ever seen. And now it's his professional return. Can he hang with the best of them from Korea? Many people doubt it. I know YAWS is one of them, but it would be miraculous, obviously. It's not him, though. We have Moon in here as well. We have Focus, Lawliot, Remind, Reprisal, Check, Minyuk, and Bainey. So this player pool is absolutely stacked. Korea is back in the Warcraft scene for like, I don't know, half a year now in full force. And who deserves to go to Yinchuan, China at the end of this year? From Korea, we're going to find out today and on Sunday, because we're going to be continuing on Sunday as well. Isn't that right, Neo?
That is absolutely correct. The schedule for today is a 9-player group stage, round robin, so everybody will play each other, and the top 4 will advance to the playoffs on Sunday, starting 8 a.m. CEST. You can find the schedule, you can find all information on Team Liquid on Wikipedia. The link is in the channel feed right here somewhere. So click on that, and you find all infos you need. So we talked about this. The grid is absolutely stacked. It's 9 players, and I think it's easier to say who is the black sheep here, or who's supposed to have the lowest chances of all. YAWS, what do you think?
Lowest chances are definitely on Bainey's side. As you've mentioned, he's one of the guys that is actually some kind of a newcomer to the scene, even though he is around for quite some time. But yeah, I think highest chances of surviving this whole encounter might have like Moon, Lun, Reprisal, Lawliot, and I personally think that Remind will do a great thing here. I'm not so sure about Focus, because I've seen like some games that were a little bit off in the recent past, but on the other hand, we also saw guys like Cheng win the Ross Brain Cup, so yeah, kind of hard to tell who's going to take it today since we only have 2 slots. But first of all, let's figure out who are the 4 players that advanced from the first stage, and yeah, let's continue this on Sunday.
Interesting that you say that Focus might not have the greatest chance, because he has been performing really well over the last couple of weeks and maybe months. Yeah, he has been hitting some small slumps, especially against human, but there's only one human here. This one human is Reprisal, and there's a lot of Night Elf players. And I feel that Focus is the strongest Orc versus Night Elf player in the world. He plays it so well, it really looks almost broken, I feel, in some games that we watch from him. And yeah, as I said, many Night Elves in here, and I don't know how many of those Night Elves can beat him. I would say Moon and Lawlight are the only ones who have a chance. Against the other ones, this should almost be secured wins for Focus, I feel.
I would agree. That's definitely one of the strong suits of Focus, and of course, having 5 Night Elves here in this tournament is favoring him a little bit. I think Reprisal is definitely up there as well, because his matchup versus Night Elf is unlike any other. Like, he plays that fancy no-breaker mass mortar 1-base strategy. I don't know if the others are aware, or I think they have no chance to practice against this.
Yeah, exactly. That's a good point. There's only one human in these group stages, so it's really worth putting up that much practice. And as you say, can they practice against them? Because in Korea, there's only one single... Well, I guess there's 2 actually. 2 really good humans, but Sok plays really weird. Sok does not play Reprisal style. Sok plays Panda first, Mass Towers, tier 3 stuff. And same caliber of Reprisal? Probably not. And probably Reprisal didn't give his aid to the other players to be practicing with him, because I don't think that would be a good deal for him at all.
Yeah, but I have to say that Soccer's pretty much on the same level than Reprisal nowadays. He's playing like picture perfect in most of the games that I have seen from him in the recent past. And besides that, he's even using that Reprisal kind of style and is playing this against Night Elf. And since all the Night Elf players are also training on Netties, I think they encounter Sock and all the other Euro players quite a lot. And as soon as something is working and something is new, people will definitely use that. And yeah, for that reason, I think they definitely practice against this kind of a style. Plus, they have the experience from playing against Reprisal, so I think they should be completely fine against that.
Okay, so yeah, we talked about Sock a bit. Unfortunately, he did not make it through the qualifiers. There was a pre-qualifier. Five gamers were invited to the Asia Pacific qualifier. That was Moonlin, Focus, Lawliot, and Remind. 4 players advanced through the qualifier, and in round 1 Reprisal beat Sock, and so he's out. In round 3 we saw Bainey beating Lucifer, the undead that we miss heavily here in this qualifier. But alright, the first game we're going to show you today is Lyn versus Reprisal, and we talked about Reprisal versus Night Elf a bit. YAWS, how does Reprisal play against Orc? Your mic is out. Okay, Remo, what do you know?
Well, he loves the Blood Mage, obviously. He is, along with Lawliot, the 2 players from Korea that basically changed up the metagame all by themselves. He picks the Blood Mage a lot. He plays him better than anyone else ever, I would say. His micro in general, I think Reprisal might have the best micro in the world. It's of course hard to make a case for that, but he's absolutely world-class, micro-wise. He plays one base most of the time. He plays the Blood Mage. He plays the casters, obviously. So apart from the Blood Mage, I wouldn't say it's too different. I guess YAWS is the bigger expert here, of course, with him being the human world-class player himself. And we shouldn't forget, WCA 2015, YAWS took 2nd place. Maybe not all of you guys know this. So we have a top-level competitor here on our panel. And that's also why YAWS, of course, going to be casting the human games, mainly namely the Reprisal games. But yeah, it's a good question. Is he very offensive? Is he more so passive? Is he like Infi style, where he goes over to the Orc base on level 2 and just tries to cancel the burrows all the time, neglects his levels? I don't know, to be honest.
I think he's like, at least I want to check if my microphone is working first.
Yeah, it's good now.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, I have to say, like, his control might be good, but sometimes it's not.
1 second, sorry. What's the game name?
It's just a test.
Just add us to the friend list. Makes everything more easy.
Yeah, I did, but I can't see it.
Okay.
It's
But
just a test,
I
right?
think it's just a test game, the first one, so we're gonna have this one, and then we're gonna have the real game, most likely. On the other hand, Janus and me will be the ones casting the first game, but hearing your opinion will, of course, matter. But yeah, we will figure out the game sooner or later. It's just a test game. Nice Game TV is just shouting it out in the game. So we are not jumping into that one, but the players are getting ready so that you guys know we are about to jump into the first game as soon as this host is fitting for the both of them. And yeah, it's kind of interesting to see. You said like he has the best Blood Mage control that you have seen, but actually, most of the time I'm not that super impressed with it, because his mana drain is, of course, on point. He's using Banish a lot. But I think there's still room for improvement, because I really like this level 4 Blood Mage with Flame Strike and stuff. Most of the time it's not even coming to that point, but he's not... I'm not sure that he's transitioning well into the later stages of the game. Of course, he's most of the time finishing it in the mid part, and either he's falling apart or he's crushing opponents. But if there's one guy that is familiar with every strategy in the book of Warcraft, it's definitely Lyn. And I remember playing Blood Mage against him in 2008 or 2009. I was able to beat him 2-0. Then we went to like WCG Qualifier in Germany, and we played again just for them loads, and he was just defeating my Blood Mage. There was absolutely no chance winning against him. So once he loses against something, he definitely got the solution on his mind, up his sleeve, and is using it like the very next game. So Lyn is one of the guys who is just like learning on the fly, figuring out what to do. So even if he loses maybe one map, he will not lose the second one in the same fashion.
Alright, that's a nice prediction from YAWS. So guys, real talk. Who's gonna advance today? My picks are Focus Laliat, Lun Reprisal.
Oh, I think Focus definitely. I want to say Lin. I Focus and Lolite are set in stone for me. Alright, I'm just gonna go Focus, Lin, Moon, and Remind.
Okay, I go for Lun, Reprisal, Loliot, and the fourth one will be Check.
Alright, everybody, let's introduce the players, because the game starts. Player number 1 is Lin, June Park, 29 years old. He plays, of course, as an orc. He's the second most decorated Warcraft player in the history of this game. His biggest achievements: WCG 2011, winning 2 BlizzCons back-to-back in 2008 and 2009, and the Intel Extreme Masters in 2008 as well. The recent results? There are none. This is his comeback game. This is his first game after coming back from his army duties. His opponent today in the first game here is Reprisal. Reprisal, the winner of the WCG Southeastern Asia Qualifier last year, the runner-up of the WEC 2014, and back then the bronze medalist of the AWT 2. He is 26 years old, he plays the human race, and his recent results weren't that great. TWCL number 2 only placed 5 or 6, Rus Brain Cup number 3 only placed 7 and 8, and in the Holds Cup number 2 also 5th to 8. But he shines when it comes to real competition, and we're going in-game right now.
Yeah, and it's going to be Turtle Rock here, and as you can see it already on the mini-map, it will be red against blue. But before we introduce the players, we have to say that this is a close spawn scenario, and this is creating, most of the time, the most entertaining games of Warcraft history. On the side here, on the left side of Turtle Rock, on that close spawn position, we have the red orc player, the legend himself. We have Lun go up against his opponent on the other side, Reprisal, the one that is probably, like, at least my favorite in that match, since he's my human buddy, and yeah, I will cheer for him.
Now with close positions, of course, things are gonna be a little harder for Lin. This is his first game since he came back from the army. He is under a lot of pressure because, of course, he has such a big name. Maybe he's in the top 5 of all time. So now having this pressure on your mind, and having that pressure of close spawn Turtle Rock, what can you expect here?
I think he will be like as chill as possible because he's a very experienced player. He knows how to handle these situations when you are under pressure, when every game matters, like when every decision matters in a game. He is one of the strongest. I think this is just his strong suit in general, like tournament games. Because you said it, he got all this stuff to his belt, all these nice achievements that he got. He's now going for that Goblin Merchant creep spot right off the bat. He's starting it off with selling his Town Hall, getting that circlet, closing off the Augur Warriors so that they cannot attack him. On the other side, Reprisal should be aware of the fact that this is going on. He sees the Grunt coming over to his side. He could actually steal the green camp in front of the Orc player's main base. Now militias are being called. There's no lumber mill yet. He's gathering a lot more resources in the meantime. This is probably not a tower rush. This is just for the creeping here of the giant sea turtle in front of the main base. In the meantime, Blademaster finished up that Augur Magi, got the sentry ward, and now got the period of vitality on his Blademaster, even though he's super low. But the militias stay around for some time, looking for a surround here. In the meantime, he's teching, so he's kind of probably faking somewhat of a tower rush here. But Lin, completely aware of the fact that his opponent is not committing to that, not overextending here, not spending resources on a Warmel or anything like that, feels very, very safe in that game. And yeah, so far everything is working out for him perfectly.
Level 2 for the Archmage. That means, of course, Brilliance Aura, higher mana regeneration, and therefore more water elementals. On the other side, Blademaster 1.5, but the next creep slot will be a little further away from his base, and once again this opens up an opportunity for Reprisal to attack. We see 3 grunts on the battlefield, and the tech is halfway through. But he has no level 2 on his Blade Master. That means no critical strike, and that's of course the ability that makes the Blade Master so super dangerous. Let's compare the techs. 1/3 for Reprisal, and absolutely the same amount for Lin here. It's of course 7 PM through. We have the boots for the Blade Master, more movement speed, and he can chase them now.
Yeah, so far so good. Nothing really big happened in that game. It will all come down to tier 2 hero choices. Probably Blood Mage in a close spawn scenario, one of the best heroes to have, because he's just there, he's present right from the start. When he comes out of that altar with the Siphon mana, he's so strong. Let's see if Reprisal is willing to commit to a creep here of that Goblin Merchant. I don't think that he will do that. No, he's going for the orange spot close to his main base with the 2 Augur Warriors level 3 and the little Forest Troll guys here level 2. This will give him some experience. On the other side, we see Lin is checking out where his opponent actually is, was creeping with the Blade Master. One of the Augur Mages that actually drops, or not the Augur Mage, the Augur Warrior that dropped the item. So he's now on 2 circlets and that boots of speed. Still not level 2, you mentioned it. No critical strike. That is very, very important for that Blade Master. We see a fairly early Lumber Mill in the main base of Mr. Reprisal. So he's really up for some action here. He will probably Tower Rush this at tier 2. With that Blood Mage and the 2 Sanctums going up, Archmage now on the harass, trying to figure out where the Orc player is, because sometimes if you give the Orc player enough time to creep, he will get his Blade Master up to level 3 super fast if he goes for the red spot example that he can creep with 4 grunts, or if he's willing to creep something else.
So far he's going for the items once again. Will this finally be a Claws of Attack or Gloves of Haste? Huge damage boost. It is the Claws of Attack. Plus 10 damage on the Blade Master. Super important to pimp that hero, and critical strike is finally available. In the main base of Lin, we see of course the Spirit Lodge and the Beastery on top of a War Mill. His second hero is obviously the Shadow Hunter. So yeah, very early War Mill. We don't see Headhunters just yet. So he's getting prepared for that Tower Rush, but not by too much. And there it is, the hero that he brought back into the meta game, the Blood Mage.
Yeah, this is a very strong second hero. We already explained all the strengths and where it's coming from. That Siphon mana will be a huge problem to deal with here for Mr. Lin in a second. But so far he's doing good. He got the Claws of Attack on that Blade Master. Now he's going for the Archmage here. And is he forced to use his Town Portal right from the start? No, he's not. He's using that Shadow Meld ability that he can use from that Cloak of Shadows. And now we see that he's in all sorts of trouble. Sorcerer production is started. Blood Mage coming to the party. Blade Master uses the healing salve. Is still down to 50% HP here. Is being healed up by the Shadow Hunter. And now the push is about to start here. He's getting units from both of the production buildings. The facilities started to research and snare. And the first Spirit Walker is coming. But the hero has to be careful. The Blood Mage is being focused. And the fight is starting here in Lin's main base.
Alright, speed scroll being used. But Banish on himself to save him. But how much longer can he sustain? Banish on the Archmage as well, so the hero focuses off. Mass Militia being called by Reprisal. But he has to Town Portal out immediately because he's so scared. Here comes Critical Strike. Oh my god, what a close call here from Reprisal to do that Town Portal. Lin looks super strong. Did not lose his Burrow. Did not lose his Spirit Lodge. Did not lose anything in this one.
Yeah, and Reprisal, one of the guys who is preferring to not have like a shop usually. He's like playing this non-shop style against Night Elf as well. And without a shop, he's not able to heal up, so his Blood Mage is in a lot of trouble. He's trying to get Priest, he's getting a guard tower for safety purposes, because sometimes they go for like 1 or 2 Wyverns, send them over the forest, because the traveling distance is so close by, and this is just like so hurtful if you're not prepared for that. So getting that guard tower, I can highly recommend it to all the guys out there that still play human themselves. In the meantime, we see that one of the Spirit Walkers was stuck in the main base of Lun, so this push could have been so strong against him, but since he fended it off and he's now in a good spot, and the Blood Mage without the Siphon mana and thus just the Banish is not strong enough to deal with the Orc army efficiently, because you can see he was so low in mana as soon as he's popping these Banishes all over the battlefield. But without draining, it's not as good as it usually is. So he will now try to get the Blood Mage up to level 2, the Archmage to level 3. He's doing a fairly good job of that. Is using the Banish to get the last hit of the Augur Magi, gets the Sentry Ward, gets the nice Pendant of Energy on his second hero. Now with an Invo Potion, he might be the strongest as soon as he hits level 2. But on the other side, let's compare Endurance Aura here for the Shadow Hunter.
Really,
and this
really
is just, yeah, this is just like beautiful.
More attack speed and more movement speed for the entire Orc army. And this is especially great since the human will of course use slow on all the units that he can get, and then a little movement boost is all that the Orc needs. We see headhunters, we see Kodos, we see the Walker as explained. Where are the raiders, by the way? Okay, there's one. Blade Master level 3, so you can roam around, almost there, but he steals the Scroll of the Beast. Well timed by Lyn, but now he's exposed. Mana siphoned a bit, so no additional Windwalk. Of course, he's visible here. But yeah, nice steal from Lyn.
Yeah, very nice steal. Not the biggest of steals, but a Scroll of the Beast can be very, very strong, especially against human. If you don't have Dispel on the Priest, and it's not the case, he just got one breaker right now, and with that breaker he can steal the Roar, but so far Shadowhunter is doing a fairly good job of creeping and gets himself a nice potion of greater mana that restores 300 mana in the fight, and his mana pool is 375, so he basically goes back to full mana as soon as he uses that potion. And now we see that Reprisal is coming yet again for a push, for a tower rush, is producing the 4 towers. The Archmage in a little bit of a bad spot there, has to reposition him before he gets end-sned and focused, but Lyn is not there right from the start to attack that first hero of Reprisal. But if he gets the towers up and if he's able to take the fight there, he will secure himself a very, very good position. Now Lyn is coming to that fight, militias are being called, and the fight is about to break out.
Yeah, the Kodo of course wants to eat, but doesn't get anything. The Shadowhunter in a great position. First heal wave rattled through. The Blade Master does a lot of damage. He has a heal scroll there for the Archmage, and the Blood Mage have Invu Potion. Banish on the Blade Master to lower the damage. Scroll of the Beast being used on the entire Orc army. No Dispel, no nothing, but the line for Reprisal seems to be holding here.
Yeah, what a strong fight here for Reprisal. Healing scroll being popped for the Orc player, yes. And now the first 2 towers are down. One of the towers is actually going up here. Militias are still standing strong in the fight. He's draining the mana from that Blade Master, but so far the control is not that impressive. The Shadowhunter can still use the big potion of mana here, and he's not draining him for once. Now Banish on the first hero of the Orc player, getting rid of that DPS from that Blade Master critical strike. But the Scroll of the Beast did such a good job in that fight, providing a lot more damage even on the peons. Now another Banish, the drain on that Spirit Walker, but that Walker was already empty, so there's not enough mana to drain from that one. Blood Mage still level 3, now being attacked here by a few units, has to be very, very careful. Not a single mana drain, a single mana siphon here on the Shadowhunter, and in the back of that fight he's even using the Clarity Potion to get some more mana back. Blood Mage has to be careful, uses Banish in the very last second to stay alive with that Invo Potion together. And now, yeah, I think Lyn is fending this one off for now, but also Reprisal killed a lot. He's at 49 supply, Orc player at 43, and maybe Lyn is overextending at this point. Not sure if he should chase the human there.
It's a huge supply advantage, but I think the first defend looked very, very good for Lyn so far. But he used a heal scroll, he used the big mana potion, so that were 2 great items. One of them will not come back that soon. But he didn't lose the Kodo, he didn't lose a hero. He lost a few grunts, but that's not that bad, I guess, since the magic damage is so good against them. But here comes Reprisal again. Once again, 3 ivory towers. Once again, a huge army of casters. And how long can Lyn withstand this? He moved out of the base. He has a speed scroll to come back, but that of course gives Reprisal the time to build his towers up.
Yeah, that was a very odd mistake from Lyn. I think he should have sent that the Blade Master to the human main base to see what he's up and what he's going to do. But in the meantime, he was just going around trying to creep something. 1 healing scroll on that Blade Master, no more mana potion on the Shadowhunter. So this time when he is empty, he is really burning out on that mana. But let's see, Blade Master being attacked here, being banished, and the fight breaks out in front of the base. The militia is part of that fight again. No more Invo Potion on the Blood Mage, so he has to be careful, draining the mana from one of the super low Spirit Walkers here. One still got 1 Dispel with 150 mana, has to be careful, needs to be drained. But he's not draining that Shadowhunter, but the control from Lyn is so impressive, to be honest. But in the meantime, he's losing a huge chunk of his army already. The last remaining Raider is being focused by the units. A lot of Sorcerers and 3 Priests are healing up the forces here. No Townfall or Invo Potion on the heroes, but he cannot go for a hero focus since the Blade Master is banished the entire fight. Blood Mage has to relocate, reposition in that fight, but it's looking very, very good for Reprisal. He's playing this splendidly. 260 mana still on that Shadowhunter, keeping him and his hopes up in the first game of that APAC Qualifier. And now the Blood Mage is being focused, is being attacked. Is there somewhat of invis? No, there's not. Second hero from Reprisal just dies.
There was no chance to get him, to save him here. Hex and the Blade Master combo just too strong. And will this be the turnaround for Lyn? You're right, he lost a huge chunk of his army, but mostly melee units. That's not what does the damage, except the Raiders, obviously. But the problem for him is now, he's completely out of lumber. There is no lumber peon for him. He's down to 12. Okay, they are. Finally, he got him back. But that will keep him stuck for some time. Still, he is at 50. He will use his gold to get items. He needs the invul potions against Banish. He needs more damage from the Blade Master to finally get rid of the huge amount of casters that Reprisal throws at him. Here we see the claws of attack +9, so the Archmage becomes some kind of a damage dealer. The old guy on the horse. The Blood Mage will take some time to get back, but then I think we can expect the next wave of pressure from Reprisal.
Yeah, he just created space by killing that hero, and now he got the time to creep a little more. Maybe he finds himself a nice potion of healing. No, this is actually it is a potion of healing, but I wanted to say a potion of greater mana again for the Shadowhunter. He will go for the last remaining turtle here, and then probably get a nice item from that as well. The Blood Mage is not back yet. Towers are set up, and these towers are in the dark. You said that he wasn't able to save that hero, but actually he had enough mana on a few of the sorcerers to actually cast Invis on that Blood Mage. So it was absolutely not necessary to lose that second hero if he controlled this a little better. And this is something that Remo wanted to point out. The best control, I highly doubt that. There's definitely room for some improvement here from Reprisal. Towers are set up in the dark, and this might be so powerful. I missed the magic sentry ability for the tower so that he can actually reveal the Blade Master. But let's pay attention for the Shadowhunter. It is yet again another greater mana potion, and he's super close to level 5.
That's right, man. It's only 7 experience away, so 1 kill gets him level 3 heal wave, and that's so much more sustainability. The question is, how much damage can he do? The Blade Master still +10. Here we go. Fight, engage. Speed scroll being used. There's no item on the Archmage. The Blood Mage is still not back. Okay, there he is. But no scroll, no invul, no nothing. The first tower is up, but cancelled again. And the Raider once again getting caught off guard. So he dies fairly quickly. 1 tower still up, and there's a Wyvern!
Yeah, Wyvern are so strong against the Blood Mage because he has to banish them as well, and he's down to 70 mana points using that Clarity Potion on that Blood Mage, but he's not able to fight. With Blizzard, he would be in such a good spot here, but since he's not reskilling the Archmage, he's in a lot of trouble. He's even pairing up the Water Elementals. You didn't mention it, but he paired them up close to each other, and they were dispelled at the same amount of time. I just at the same time, sorry for my poor Englando, but yeah, let's see what's going on. Lyn is still strong in the fight. There's still a healing scroll on that Blade Master. Clarity Potions being bought on the Shadowhunter. He didn't even use the Greater Mana Potion yet, and so far the fight is looking fairly good for the Orc player. He is not overcommitting. He's not going for the super narrow position against the human casters. This would be a nightmare for him, but as long as he can keep his opponent in that position and not let him get out of that and secure himself a bigger position or a better position outside of that, I think he is in a fairly good spot here. The mana drain on that Blade Master has to be cancelled immediately because the Blood Mage would have been out of position. Now the fight breaks out yet again. He's taking the fight here in that position. The Wyvern is doing a fairly good job, finally being banished. One of the Breaker dies. Another Breaker is being focused. Critical strike on one of the Breakers, and it dies. Second Breaker is down. In the meantime, he's not losing a single unit, so it's definitely a huge problem here for the human player. Level 5 Blade Master, level 3 Critical Strike is real. There's barely any mana on that Blood Mage, and this is really a problem. He got a mana pool up to 550 mana, but he's not able to secure himself that amount to actually use enough banish to use that siphon mana on the casters, on the Shadowhunter. But yeah, to say the least, Lyn is doing a great job here of keeping that Shadowhunter out of range of the Blood Mage here.
Lyn,
and yeah, he's standing strong.
Lyn squeezing Reprisal through that narrow position, and he's on the move forward. Both heroes are level 5. Level 3 Critical Strike will do so much damage if this guy is not in the banished form. Once again, a little mana for the Blood Mage. Now, I think he used a potion or something, because he's back to 300, and now banish can work. But yeah, you're right. The positioning of the Shadowhunter is absolutely perfect. The Kodo Beast also not in danger throughout the entire game, and that's such a big unit because it's a 10% damage boost on all the units. Okay, here we see Banish again immediately dispelled. He's going for the Water Element, which is only level 2. Heal Wave secures him, and the Blood Mage wants mana from the Shadowhunter. Banish, there it is, and there are so many items for the Orc that the Archmage is kind of stuck. Oh, where did the damage come from? 268 Critical Strike. The Breakers are completely out of the fight here, and Reprisal has to retreat and retreat and retreat.
Yeah, but so far there's no more room for retreat, because he's just knocking at this door of the main base. Finally a stiffened mana on that second hero, immediately being hexed on Reprisal's Blood Mage. He bought finally a mana potion for that hero, so now he will be able to take a fight inside his main base with that one guard tower. The few remaining militias, he's even pulling the gold line. There are no more workers in that base that can actually be called to fight. The second Wyvern coming to the party, and the army composition from Lyn is so good. His Shadowhunter control is splendid, without any doubt. How he's controlling that one, pay attention to it in the fight. This guy is moving all the time. He's like moving back and forth, using heal waves, just getting himself in a position where he cannot be mana drained. And now he's taking the fight outside of the human player's base, and I think he can finish him right here, right now. Water Elemental coming to the party, but so far Water Elementals are not doing anything for the human player here, since they are being handled with the Dispel. Siphon mana, not as impressive as we have seen it in a different series that we have seen in the recent past. But yeah, he's trying to stay strong in that game, but Lyn is just playing it so well.
Yeah, the Shadowhunter is back, joined the fray. The Blade Master is getting closer and closer to level 6. So is the Shadowhunter. He still has a mana potion available, and there's still the heal scroll and the big healing on the Blade Master. I don't see Reprisal winning here, but never count him out. He is a magician sometimes. More mana on the Archmage, but he needs more anti-air. The two Wyverns are hurting so bad against all the casters.
But yeah, seems like the Magician is not pulling the Houdini today, but so far he's still keeping in that game. Is he trying to... Yeah, he's actually trying to snipe the Wind Rider here, but the Wind Rider is standing strong. Can he save the Sorceress with a banish? Yes, that was very nice, keeping his units alive. But now he's not able to get more breakers because the shop is down, so he doesn't have a front line, and he's all down to kiting, but kiting will not be the case anymore. Blood Mage is being focused, Ensnare and Hexes on that one. A nice Invis saving that, but after the Hex you will be revealed, and he's critting him with 240 GG from Reprisal and 1-0 for the legend himself.
Holy shit, what an opening game for this qualifier, ladies and gentlemen. 20 minutes, 24 seconds, and the comeback is real. The big red machine Lyn is in full force. Remo, what did you think of this game?
I was so surprised. This is not the Reprisal that I am in awe of seeing sometimes, where I just go like, how the hell does he even do this? This seemed pretty much, well, uninspired. There was no great moves that I was like, oh my god, that was brilliant. Lyn, on the other hand, you said it, YAWS, during the fights, his Shadowhunter control was just crazy. He even neglected the right-click damages of the Shadowhunter for so much, like Shadowhunter was just standing in the back and doing nothing but using Heal Wave. Every once in a while he throws a shuriken, but in the really tense fights, I mean the last 5 minutes were basically over, but in the really tense fights he just keeps them away. And then the Blood Mage is forced to use the Siphon mana on the walkers, and also you were right, I think he could have used more Siphon mana, YAWS. I think that was not his best performance. And what I said before, maybe he has the best micro in the world, I have to agree with you again. Definitely not this game. Definitely he cannot claim the title anymore if he continues playing like this. Lyn, on the other hand, man, I thought he might be rusty. I thought he might not be in shape yet, but it looks like he's damn well in shape. And one last thing here. How much mana is invisibility, YAWS?
It's 50 mana.
Ah, okay, because I saw the sorcerers were kind of low. They were not up at 50, but up at 100, I mean. But he might have been able to save the Blood Mage, but shortly before he saved one sorceress with invisibility. So I thought maybe he was out of mana because of that, but you said he had mana. And yeah, Lyn also, seeing that, I think he clicked on all the sorceresses actually, because that was the only time he went for a hero kill. And the one time he does, he gets it with basically almost no ensnares, just with the windwalks. That was just so well done, man. Lyn, I'm very impressed.
Fun fact, by the way, I watched his stream a lot, and like 30% of the time, Lyn went Shadowhunter first in some games and played it like for fun or whatever. But I think this might have helped his Shadowhunter control in general.
Yeah, but this was very trolley games like on Tirina Stand. Getting catapults, getting rid of the force, and then setting up like towers and stuff. What I've seen with Shadowhunter first, but so this was just for them lulz. But yeah, maybe it helped with Shadowhunter control. Overall, the very top players, like what separates them the most from the good players is the control of the heroes. And this is also what like the Chinese top players do. They practice like a lot of like these kind of fun maps, like Dota kind of fun maps, where you are basically down to hero control. And they're so good with their heroes. Like also Fly is one of the guys who is so good with his heroes.
but there's like a certain level of play or a certain new style of metagame that you have to establish, especially against the Shadowhunter, against the Blood Mage. You have to do like a different set of clicks that you to overcome that hero, and we have seen it. Like Remo pointed it out perfectly. He was just like falling back, using clarity potions all the time. Clarity potion was not cancelled once. Usually you always have like a Quill Beast or like a Sorceress going for that and cancelling that, but there was not a single cancel on the clarity, so he was basically regenerating mana throughout all the fights. He was even falling back in some of the fights to the main base to go to the shop and buy clarity potion while he was fighting. So but I think the Blood Mage kill was crucial because this gave him the time for another big mana potion for that level 5 on his Shadowhunter, and with that he just had everything, all the tools that he needed to overcome that.
Okay, we are ready for map number 2. Map number 2 is Secret Valley, and that is historically one of the best orc maps in the map pool. Remo, you're going on the bench again, and we are joining Secret Valley in just a second.
When we have a few seconds here. What we could see also in that last game, he was not able to take too many kills from the Orc player in the fight, so his leveling was not that fast. He also didn't creep that excessively. So his level 4 on the Archmage, level 2 Brilliance Aura, was super late. Would you say that is actually a critical level and skill to have with a caster strategy? And is that something that you need to have going for you when you go for those dedicated pushes, YAWS?
No, it's like basically what's the most important ingredient is like level 3 for the Archmage, of course, for the level 2 Water Elementals. But I think even his Water Elemental control was completely off. Like Water Elementals pairing up super close to each other, being dispelled at like with one dispel for 2 Water Elementals. We didn't see like mana being passed on the Archmage so that he gets like 3 Water Elementals at a time, for example. We didn't see that. Yeah, level 2 auras sometimes can be very, very strong when fights continue to be like extended over a long period of time. But in general, like key ingredient level 3 Archmage, level 2 Blood Mage, because you want to have that Siphon mana, you want to have that banish. In the later stages, of course, level 2 aura, super strong. Level 2 Siphon mana, super strong. But usually you want to be finished or in a leading position when you get these levels, just from the unit kills that you can secure. But since he is keeping his units alive, and now we are on a super orcish map, and keeping units alive on Secret Valley shouldn't be like a big problem since we have like 2 healing fountains there.
That's absolutely correct. The specialty of Secret Valley, there is a healing fountain in the upper left, there's a healing fountain in the lower right. And this favors the orc since the heal fountains heal up percentage-wise, not a fixed amount. So that's definitely good for high HP units, which is of course the fact for the orcish race. So in the upper right, once again spawning in blue, it is Reprisal with an Archmage first, and his opponent, of course, Lyn in the lower left. It's been quite some time since we saw Lyn in a competition. To be honest, it's 29 months ago in a match against TH. A 3-1 loss was his final match. But yeah, what a comeback so far, and that's of course a big boost for your motivation and stuff. So yeah, what do you expect? Once again, this tower push strategy?
Yeah, usually Secret Valley is a very good map for Beastmaster as well, but probably he's sticking to his Blood Mage, sticking to his comfort game, because usually you want to stick to what works best for you, and if this is the Blood Mage, I would highly doubt it that he would change that hero. Some people like Mountain King, for example, when you have like a very strong early Mountain King phase when he comes out and there's no Spirit Walker on that battlefield. But he's starting it off with a Militia Creep here. Of course, the usual one, the one that you can do here fairly easy with the 2 poison guys. And you can see one of the footmen is actually keeping track of that Goblin Merchant creep, so he's aware of the fact that Lyn is creeping this one with the Grunt and the Blade Master. 2 circlets on him. He sold his Tone Pole earlier, got a circlet from both of the shops, but now the Blade Master is a little bit struggling here on finishing off that Augur Magic. He has to use one more Windwalk that he's usually not willing to use and that doesn't really need to use. So he's a little short on mana. He's still got 2 more Windwalks, but he's also low in HP. The Skull of the Beast, definitely not the best item. I think this time he will sell it. Last time it was only good because the fight was about to break out. He stole it from his opponent. So this is something that you always want to take. Blade Master getting a little bit more of experience there by killing one of the creeps. But now he's down to 1 Windwalk. He's down to 110 HP, and usually what he said to me 2009 playing the qualifier for Germany against Sokol, He said if you creep this and if you don't get a big healing potion as an Orc player, human player should just tower you and there's no chance of losing. But yeah, it doesn't seem that Reprisal is willing to take the risk of tower rushing Mr. Lin here in that round of Robin that we start off. And it will always be a best of 3, but so far he's doing it fairly good. He got the Boots of Speed, he got the Dust of Appearance, and he's about to head towards the main base of the Orc.
Yeah, he wants to cause some trouble, obviously. The burrow is kind of exposed, but Lin is reacting already with Mass Repair. This should do the deal since it's only level 1 Water Elementals. But the Archmage is hitting quite hard with Claws of Attack +6. So there is Mass Repair. The Blade Master is still far away. He can't really help. There's only one grunt. Will he lose that burrow? Oh my god, he would be supply stuck for forever. That would be a huge deal for Reprisal. And it keeps lagging for me. But yeah, the Orc burrow is down. Only now the grunts join the fray. And the Blade Master as well. Healed up a bit. And now with +4 damage. But Reprisal is going for the second burrow here. Mass Repair once again. Will it be enough this time? 2 Water Elementals deal so much damage. I think this time it will be enough.
Yeah, this time it is enough. He will definitely keep that one alive. But since he's supply stuck by quite a huge margin here, this is a sick problem for the Orc player when he hits tier 2. In the meantime, one of the grunts is being chased away. This was a low HP grunt from the earlier stages of the game. 5 HP remain, but there is a Claws of Attack and there is the Boots of Speed. He's finishing that one off. In the meantime, Blade Master chasing one of the footmen, kills him with an 80 crit, gets 2 burrows in his main base, is back to get some more lumber here, because he will definitely need that as well for the second hero and the tier 2 buildings. And yeah, both of the players kind of sent back the units that are injured and low HP to the fountain to heal them up. We can see that grunts are going there. Second grunt is being actually attacked here. Killing 2 grunts in the early game would be a disaster for Lin. But I think we are about to see that. Losing that burrow was already like the start of a nightmare. Now he's blocked. He cannot get the Shadow Hunter yet. He's not getting the tier 2 buildings. And as I said, there's the Beastery being started as well as the Spirit Lodge. But the second grunt is dropping fairly low. And he would definitely lose that one. So he lost 2 grunts and the burrow for 1 or 2 footmen.
That is absolutely horrible. The Archmage already level 2.6. The Blade Master on the other side level just hit level 2. And Remo, can you ask the Nice Game TV guys for a clean feed, please? Because it's lagging like crazy for me. That would be nice. Okay, Beastery and Spirit Lodge is coming up, but the Shadow Hunter is a little late thanks to the cancelled burrow. On the other side, Reprisal is building 2 Arcane Sanctums there up, and it's the Blood Mage again. And this time the shop is on point and he's not skipping it.
Yeah, and Archmage was positioning himself close to that Ogre Mage natural expansion creep spot, and he's probably going for it. He will be level 3. Blood Mage is out on the field already, and this time his push will be a lot stronger. Excuse me. And I think, is that main base actually open from the human player? This might be the only thing that can actually kill him in that game. If that base is open and the Blade Master gets inside and can create like enough space for the Towerers to fail or the Militias to actually like do something. Now the Orcs coming to the party, the grunts here. Is the Forest Troll Trapper going for it? Yes, a third grunt is actually being ensnared here, and this one will probably be killed as well. We see Sorcerers already coming to that. There's no speed score on the Blade Master. If he slows the other grunt, he will probably also die. Third grunt being attacked, mana drain on that Blade Master. Is he about to lose every single unit that he has in the early game here?
It looks so bad for Lin. His early game in his first game was so good, but here in Secret Valley, where it's supposed to be an Orc map, everything is falling apart. Now the grunt is being catched at the fountain, and that's gonna be it for him. And you're right, with the slow on the second grunt, he will lose both of them with the level 2 water elementals. Holy shit, Reprisal turning things to 11 here in this game. Okay, there it is. Lin lost 4 grunts, but the Blood Mage is dead. He got that in return with the help of the Shadow Hunter, Hacks, and Critical Strike, of course, the devious combo of the Orcs. Is that a little start of a comeback here?
Absolutely not. Losing all your 4 grunts and getting you down to 31 supply without any units right now. There's like 1 unit coming to the party. It is a Spirit Walker. He is able to kill one of the Sorcerers, Spirit Link being casted. But that Blade Master's in a lot of trouble. Not sure if he can secure him, but he has to send away the Sorcerers. And now the Blade Master can actually run away. But yeah, what a nightmare. The trade of 800 gold for that 4 grunts, like 4 times 200 gold against the 170 gold sacrifice for losing a second hero that was still able to get a huge chunk of experience, even though he was killed off fairly easy. 3 Ivory Towers being bored. And this might be the easiest Katkas of Reprisal's entire life.
Yeah, I've rarely seen An early game that good for a human player against Orc. Here comes Militia, a lot of them. Do we have Ivory Towers here? Does the Blood Mage bring some? Yes, of course he does. Even if it's just for distraction, it's fairly good. On the other side, Lin is down to 13-9 food, and he can't even get any further because he's missing an Orc Burrow. And this will only now in research, and here comes the towers, very offensively built.
Yeah, and he's in a very good spot. He even gets the Magic Sentry, the key ingredient if you want to spot that Blade Master and make the towers a little bit extra strong. 2 Raiders, 2 Spirit Walkers, Shadowhunter still level 1, no heal wave. He's getting that Clarity Potion. Blood Mage is in a very, very bad spot here, still level 1, keep that in mind. There's no chance for using a Banish and keeping him alive. I think he is blocked off by that Footman, so he cannot move out of that position. With the Scroll of the Beast, he's able to kill that one, and that is crucial. A hero kill on the second hero, no Siphon mana. Shadowhunter closing in on that super important level 2 for that heal wave, killing another caster here. 2 of the casters already dead, but the Spirit Walker has to stay strong, has to stay alive. Reinforcements coming to the party, but look for yourself. Look how many units are actually red HP, and the Scroll of the Beast is doing a fairly good job here for the Orc player, but overall the towers are going up. And we have 3 guard towers knocking at your front door.
Yeah, the barracks is gone already, so that means no catapults for the Orc, no siege damage, no range siege damage to be precise. Obviously, you have the Raiders available. So I think it all comes down to the heroes and the usage of the hero spells. We see finally a heal wave, but there is mana saving 3 Raiders. Lin's control is okay with what he has, but that is not much. More Raiders joining the fray, and the Blade Master is doing good. Of course, there's no banish at the moment, so he reigns supreme over the casters. And Reprisal is actually losing a few units, but how long does it last?
Not even sure why he's overextending and why he's like going that direction. There are 3 towers in the main base that were actually securing himself a super nice position. But Lin, with that crazy control of his units, keeping the Raiders alive, then finally getting the level 2 on the Shadowhunter, healing up his units, and now securing himself almost a comeback for now, I have to say. Raiders are coming out and being attacked by towers immediately, but if he's not able to get to the towers again, I think he might be in a very bad spot. We can see Linus at the fountain now, healing up his units as well as trying to get the Shadowhunter to level 3 by killing the Red Drake, and that might be the ingredient for the comeback. If he gets the Red Drake and maybe a Vampiric Aura and that level 3 for the Shadowhunter, he can probably fight back. The towers are not in a crucial spot. They cannot really attack the stronghold at this point. They try to get rid of the bestiary, but so far it's standing strong. He's dropping down in lumber here, so he will not able to repair for long. But the 7 towers close to that main base look more impressive than they actually are. If you get caught off position and fight in the middle of the map, they are not helping you at all.
And that might be the case here right now. Blade Master got the Boots of Quel'Thalas. That is indeed the best item that he could have found, combined with the Vamp Aura, of course. The Reprisal is at the shop, double level up for his heroes, 4 and 2. He did not get any items here. Did the Blade Master steal it? No, we don't.
He crapped it earlier.
I mean the items
Just
from the shop, like the Invo Potions or Heal Potions or something, but he doesn't use any of that. He goes into the main base of the human. He bought a town portal, 350 gold. That is expensive, but will it be worth it? No pillage for Lin, and Reprisal is coming back into the Orc main base again.
Yeah, but he still got the Raiders, and now he will force Reprisal to take the fight. Reprisal is getting the workers there so that he will have militia support in the next fight. The Shadowhunter close to level 3, but not yet level 3. Finally in a bad spot. Can be drained, but he's not draining that. And he's still attacking the Town Hall. Now he has the Town Portal out as well. So Lin is going back to the main base where a lot of towers are waiting for him. But this is a perfect Town Portal out of that scene. And the towers, you can see it yourself, they are not attacking the main hall because they are not in range and they don't have the vision at night. So I think only 2 or 3 towers might be able to attack the stronghold. Of course, he's down to 0 production buildings. So every unit that dies will be gone for quite some time, or forever probably. But now he's taking the fight in the middle, and I said it, at this point the fight in the middle is not helping you at all. Stealing that Ogre Magi from the human player, no breakers. He's taking a fight that he probably cannot win. There's no town ball for the human, and he's being caught off guard.
Oh boy, the Ensnares are flying. He's getting some units for free, but he still has to deal with the casters. Level 4 on the Blade Master. That is such a huge damage boost with that critical strike level 2. Reprisal saving that sorceress with Banish. And will he get a nice tome here? Oh, I think... Okay, Tome of Agility is absolutely awesome for the Blade Master. Even more damage, but he has no items, even though he has the gold. No heal scroll, no invo potion. Will this bite him in the ass later on? Because of, he has to fight all this banish. There is an invo potion and a heal potion for the human player, as well as a town portal. Lyn is trying to get his beastery back up, but the pressure continues.
Yeah, in case you're wondering why he didn't get any production buildings earlier, it was absolutely not possible because he was so short on wood that he couldn't produce anything. He couldn't get back like any kind of production building. Now finally setting up a bestiary. Is he about to kill that priest? I think the Blade Master will close on that priest, but now the Orc player is in a bad spot because he should have been located on the map towards the human main base to actually kill that one off or get the human back to his main base, but now he's caught out of position because he was not attacking the main base when the human was knocking at his door. Now he's losing all the borers that he got, 1k gold. He's sending out the peons to actually get like a few peons out of his main base to be able to set up another main base, but there are no towers in the main base of the human player, and this might be a disaster because he's forced to go back again.
Yeah, but it's 40 food versus 46. He can't really take an open fight, or he relies on the strength of his Blade Master, who's arriving right now. He is level 4, level 3 on the Shadow Hunter. The hero levels are nice. Finally, a Siphon Mana hits the SH, but here comes the Blade Master. Heals, Scroll of the Beast being dispelled immediately. Hex was countered, and the Blood Mage is safe for now. Raiders, as you mentioned, approach the castles directly. There are no breakers.
In a game where you lose 4 grunts in the start and you almost come back like that, it's so impressive from Lyn what he's doing here. But this last fight is not really looking good. The militias are doing a fairly good job of killing one of the raiders. The grunt dies, and as you know, he's heavily supply blocked. There's almost no production for him. Another priest is being attacked. Level 4 for the Blade Master, 3.5 for the Shadow Hunter, but the Shadow Hunter is burning out on mana. One more healing wave in a couple of seconds here. Blade Master trying to kill a few more units, but there is no more invo potion on him. So he has to be careful as well. Only hero kills could actually keep him in the game, but I don't see the opportunity for that since there's a lot of mana on that Blood Mage that he can still banish units, keeping the sorcerers alive with another banish here, killing that one off now with a raider. But the control from Lyn is so impressive with the low amount of unit that he got. He's now committing to the Blade Master. Another dispel is actually dispelling that slow, but it's immediately being recasted. He's probably losing his first hero here. Speed scroll being popped in the very last second. 10 HP, and now he's dead. The Blade Master dies, and Lyn calls GG. 1-1 in that series, and we're about to see a third game.
Whew, yeah. What a comeback after a horrible early game, but in the end it wasn't enough. Remo, what did you think?
Yeah, pretty much exactly the same thing. I thought this game's over. When he lost the 4th grunt, when he was going for the potential creep jack of the human there at his natural, looked pretty questionable. He must have known that the Archmage was very close to level 3, the SH wasn't there yet with the speed scroll, and he still chooses to go in and snare flies, sorcerers come, we have slows coming in, and then yeah, he loses the Blood Mage, but it's only level 1, you know? And good point from you, YAWS, as well. He already got quite a bit of experience, so getting to level 2 after he's out again is not gonna be too far away, but he finds the hero kills over and over again. And yeah, as you said, almost comes back. I was like, yeah, he can't take this fight in the middle of the... he can't win this fight in the middle of the map without the towers. But then in the end, Lyn goes for the main base of the human and doesn't retreat with a speed scroll. I guess at this point he's forced to win a fight there. He's forced to commit because, well, all his production was gone, all his borrows were gone. But still, almost coming back there. Really, really impressive. And we keep on saying it, his control... But seriously, man, like, he's microing this so well. I actually think against Night Elf, he's gonna be very, very strong. If he uses the Raiders just as well, gets into the talents, uses the Ensnare, keeps him alive, all that. Man, Lyn, he's a surprise for me already, the way he's playing.
Okay,
Mr. Janus.
Yeah, next map is gonna be Echo Isles. I'm still trying to organize a clean feed, so we're not relying on our connection to Kalimdor server in Asia here. And that's basically what I'm trying to do right now.
Yeah, guys, so we know the game is stuttering. Oh, my camera is super bright. I have to adjust that. We know the game is stuttering. Of course, we are on the Asian server, so it's kind of impossible for us to fix this. We might have a solution here if they give us the video that we can directly use. We're trying to get that working so that you have a bit of a better experience. But strategically, Secret Valley, we said, is a good orc map. This time it didn't work out for him. Echo Isles. What would you say the key notes are here, Yaws? Is there a big difference to the first two maps we saw?
I think I'm not the one that is supposed to talk about the keynotes of Echo Heights. I have a person here in that 3-man group that is aware of the fact how special Echo Heights actually is, and I think we will hear it as soon as we are in that game. But what I'm really not surprised, or what I'm kind of surprised that Reprisal's micro is not that great, because you were super impressed before. I was already like, okay, I think his micro is not the very best, but still good. But he's grouping up water elementals all over the place. Like, Dispel is hitting 2 or even 3 water elementals at a time and getting rid of that immediately. This is such a big mistake, and it's so easy to fix, but it's actually giving you such an edge as an orc player over the human if you're able to get rid of the level 2 water elementals. And it's just a disaster to see that from Reprisal, and I'm so disappointed that he's not, like, fixing that in that games.
Alright, maybe Echo Alt is a little better for 2 Watermans at the same time. We are going in-game. This is the third map of Lun versus Reprisal, the opening bout of the WCA APAC Qualifier 2016. Lun won the first map, Reprisal caught up, and now we are on Echo Alts. And yours, you are absolutely right, there are actually 2 special things about Echo Alts. The first one is this little thing here. There is only one shop, and you always want the heal scrolls, you always want the invul potions, as both players do. So there's going to be a race for the shop, and who remains shop control will most likely be the winner of this game. On the other side, at the 12 o'clock position, there's the marketplace, and there you can buy items that usually drop to the ground when you creep. So this plus 10 possible claws of attack spots. This seems to be a great map for a Blade Master.
But since we saw that Reprisal got like a super nice head start into the Secret Valley game, he was able to kill 4 grunts. This is something that you usually are not able to like do ever against a top-notch orc player. But if you have this kind of a position and you still struggle throughout the game because this guy is fighting back like crazy with his micro, I think if you are not able to kill 4 grunts in the early game, what happens then? Are you falling off completely? Are you able to come back from that? Are you able to get a good spot from something else, like from your controls in the fight? I'm not as impressed so far with Reprisal. The second game was amazing, don't get me wrong, but I highly doubt that he is able to take the third game from the orc player. But on the other hand, I think also Echo Heights is one of the strong suits of Lun. This is a map that suits his style very well. He knows when to creep what, he knows when to go for the big drops for the Ogre Major, for example, when to get the items at the Goblin Merchant. And sometimes it really comes down to, like, the better players get the better items. For some reason, you have, like, this kind of luck when you are already, like, a little bit ahead of your opponent.
Well, if you creep more spots, then it's more likely to get better items, of course. I totally agree with what you say, especially on Turtle Rock. I think there was one situation that showed this perfectly. When Reprisal was attacking his base, but he went for that second big turtle that gave him the big mana potion in the end, because he knew, okay, he can't do that much damage in that time, and if I get a good item, this will be huge for me. And that decision making plus the controls is what makes Lin so strong and one of the best players of all time. And he's going for the Magi once again, buying that claw immediately from the marketplace. So Gloves of Haste and Claws, that is a huge damage output already for the Blade Master here.
Yeah, we have that Reddit thread where somebody calculated everything, what are like the best drops and so on and so on. But Glove of Haste and Claws of Attack +6, if you are familiar with Warcraft in any, like, at all, and with that Blade Master and his mechanics, this is a sick item combination to start off with. But here we see that Reprisal is actually going for the Goblin Mercenary Camp, and he's trying to free that one off and try to get all the experience from that. Blade Master is coming to the party. He already bought a lot of healing saves, now level 2, by killing one of the creeps, stealing it from the human player, as well as killing that water elemental.
2 water elementals.
Actually, 2 water elementals. Now healing up with that healing salve and is going with the Blade Master. Big mana potion can be used to actually have more windwalks and kill off more units. But Reprisal is teching in the meantime. So before he went for that creep spot with the militias, he already started teching. Archmage is going for the Boots of Speed. But the Blade Master can easily finish off the Renegade Wizard and then steal the item as well as the XP.
That would be so horrible. What an opening for Lun this is. Best items and the pickup of the 2 Water Elementals. What a huge boost of DPS that was. He's attacking the Renegade. He sees the Footman out there. He is in Windwalk, waiting in the shadows to strike. Step of teleportation for Reprisal's Archmage. He reveals his Blade Master, so what can he do? He wants the item, but it's gonna be so hard. He is revealed again. What will strike first? Oh, Lyn buying the Berserker. Who got it?
Experience goes to the account of the Archmage here, but militias are being used. Another Footman dies, and let's compare the experience. It's super close, and he was killing and stealing so much, and the human player in the meantime was creeping and not killing anything from the Orc here, but also denying him that Forest Troll is so huge. The huge DPS unit that you can get in the early game here, it's doing an amazing job, and now we even see Ensnare, because he was triggering the creeps, trying to get Ensnare on the grunts, but he's being punished by that, gets Ensnared on one of his footmen, but Blade Master not paying attention. Lyn is chasing away that Archmage, and yeah, so far the Forest Troll is in a good spot, and this is also a unit that is like picture perfect for defending tower rushes.
Yeah, absolutely. With piercing damage, it's always great against towers. So the tech of Reprisal is done, but he has no lumber mill, no nothing yet, no shop, so it's gonna be hard for him, and this will take some time. On the other side, the Blade Master only getting not even one entire creep spot. He got the Mauler for the item here in the north, and that's it. And he has the same amount of XP as the Archmage, who did 2 creep spots already. So a perfect scenario for Lyn. Of course, he is on tier 2 as well. Shadow Hunter, Beastery, Spirit Lodge, the obvious stuff that we see. And yeah, he used the big mana potion already, right?
Yeah, he was chasing and driving away the human player, and he used that one to have just enough mana to deal with everything. Or maybe it was actually a misclick, because he's on full mana right now.
Yeah.
Not so sure.
He tried to get the Renegade with it.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Alright. Mountain King second this time, by the way.
Player's forces are under attack.
Yeah, Mountain King is actually a good hero here on Echo Heights if you want to be very aggressive early on, but since he doesn't have the level 3 on that Archmage, he might not be in the perfect spot to use that Mountain King to the fullest. We see that Shadowhunter is healing up the Blade Master as soon as he hits level 3, so this is perfectly lining up for him. Shadowhunter is catching the remaining creeps here, is catching the experience from that one, and will start with fairly fast start here, but you can see that Reprisal is immediately going on the aggressive. Since there's no Orgai Magi for the marketplace, this is not a crucial creep spot to get anymore. And yeah, Blade Master is already aware of that. With 250 mana and a lot of level 2 Windwalks, he might be able to steal 1 or 2 creeps.
Yeah, that would be nice, keeping the Archmage away from level 3, obviously. So he's coming, the Stealing Magpie gets it, or did he? Yes, right? I think so.
Yeah, he got that.
Did. So there is another Claw, and the big mana potion in the marketplace, so these could be interesting items for the Orc later. And he steals that as well. His control once again absolutely superb, and still the Archmage 70 experience away from level 3. The Shadow Hunter at the same time is level 2 already, but there's a fight now for the shop creep, I guess.
Yeah, he was aware because his Blade Master was around, and he's now probably going for a creep jack. Not sure if he really wants to fight there yet, because the Spirit Walker is still idling in his main base. No Raider yet on the field, only 3 grunts and that Berserker, but it seems like he wants to go for that fight. Is he able to steal that Augur Mauler? No, he's not. This time the experience goes to the human, but since that he doesn't have the level 3 on the Archmage, he doesn't have a level 2 or 3 on the Mountain King, and he's basically down to an army that is not that impressive. But I think this was still a fight that he should have taken, to use like a bolt on the Berserker, to use like slow on the grunts and actually take the fight and even bring militia to it. Not sure why he's falling back into more creeping. That was just a good fight for him.
Maybe he can come up with this now. It is Gloves of Haste for the Mountain King. Nice item, more chance for Bash, if he's going for Bash, of course. Militia has been called and Lyn approaches. 46 food versus 42. Things look good for Lyn in this particular game. Ah, Stormbolt, nicely done. He sees him through the Watcher Ward here.
Wow, that's so ballsy from Lyn to go for that. He doesn't have a walker by now. The 2 walkers are coming without Dispel still. He's even pulling the peons, and he is willing to commit to a fight. Of course, 50 supply is fairly strong. He's just getting the upgrade. There's no Dispel for him. He's only level 2 on the Shadowhunter. Usually Orc players go for that level 3, but since there are no breakers and he's skipping on that shop all the time, finally he's getting the Arcane Bolt. He needs to bring Militia. Invis is being researched and done, so he got enough mana to actually use that one. But this is a fight that Lyn doesn't want, Reprisal doesn't want to take. Finally, he's splitting up the water elementals. Someone is paying attention to the details now. But Militias are not coming in too fast, and it's only 4 of them. Now he's pulling 3 more, but they're still traveling to that fight. Not a single unit is dying so far from Lyn. In the meantime, 2 footmen died. And I'm not sure if this is a fight that Reprisal wants to find himself in.
Raider got saved by a speed scroll and heal wave. Lyn has still the invo potion and a scroll of healing. Reprisal is down to nothing. He's going for the Archmage Stormbolt, saving him for now. But yeah, more and more units are dying here. Reprisal's playing Ring Around the Rosy. He's going for the Archmage again, and they has to Town Portal out. What a horrible scenario, but he got the Raider in the end, and therefore the level up for the Mountain King, so at least he got something in the end. Yeah, but in the next fight, he has Dispel, the next fight he has a Kodo Beast, and most likely a level 3 Shadowhunter, so things are only getting more difficult for Reprisal.
Yeah, it's so odd. Sometimes he's taking a fight that he's not supposed to take, and then before that he wasn't taking the fight that he had an advantage on. Of course, there was like no Spirit Walkers there, and even with that Sentry Ward, he was able to spot the entire army. He saw the peons, and he still felt like, yeah, I can do that. I can overcome that, and I can fight you. But this was not the case. Finally, the Arcane Wall is kicking in. He's getting the first 2 breakers, and he's going for a long game here. He's not willing to close that one off. He wants to get that Mountain King to level 3 and then try to force a fight on his conditions, maybe with that Blizzard on top of that. But in the meantime, since we see that the Shadowhunter is already 2.5 or 2.6, yeah, he will be able to close in on that level 3 as well. And with that level 2 heal wave and that healing scroll that he bought from the market, not the marketplace, the Goblin Merchant, he will be able to negate that single target damage from that bolt, because usually with Spirit Link, reducing the magic damage from the bolt and the healing wave, that is especially good to heal like single targets with a huge burst heal. It's pretty hard to kill something in a big fight.
So he's going for his own Renegade Wizard. What will he get? Claws +9 and Pendant of Energy, of course, the dream, but he gets the second Ring of Protection +3. On the other side, Mountain King gets level 2, but also he gets the Ring of Protection. This is the Isle of Rings, as it seems. And Reprisal is losing his shop and a farm, does not pay attention at all to his main base. What is going on with the former Korean champion of last year?
Yeah, problem is he wanted to get him back to his main base, and as soon as you start running there, you know that it's only 2 Raiders and a Blade Master. The rest of the army is probably creeping from the Orc, and if you go back, you just give him that space that he needs to get the Shadowhunter up in levels, in items, whatever he needs, and you cannot really get back to get rid of that. So either you attack or you creep you themselves and take the sacrifice of that few buildings that you got, but it's also keeping trapped a few of the units inside that main base. As you can see, a 2 Priest and a Spirit War and a Spellbreaker is stuck in that main base, and now he has to get back the shop, and he is supply stuck, so he has to get farms, and he has to invest heavily into everything that he needs.
To all human players out there, this does not look good for your representative of today. But finally, he gets an item from the shop. He has some money now because he was supply stuck, as you mentioned, but no breakers. So once again, the blocker line will be very, very, very small, and he can't just take an open fight, I guess. The Raiders will close in on the casters and do tremendous damage. Here comes Lyn. Here comes the 2-time BlizzCon winner and WCG winner. Will he finish this series now? Still no Arcane Bolt. Once again, he adds a Wind Rider for damage. I think this is a perfect addition if the Blade Master is taken out of the fight. But he gets the Kodo, and that was a nice pickup for Reprisal.
Are you kidding me? I just checked supplies and it says like 66 supply for the Orc player against the 55 supply from the human. He needs a bolt on the Shadowhunter and actually drain some mana with their breakers. Is he bringing the units from the main base? Yes, he is. The police is there. The militia is coming to the fight, and he's killing a lot of units here. As soon as the fight starts, there's no Spirit Link on that Raiders to keep them alive. And so far, Reprisal is doing such a good job, but there's a healing potion, a mana potion, as well as a heal scroll on the Shadowhunter. Healing is being used, so the heal scroll is off. But there's still another heal scroll on the Blade Master, so he's still in a good job. But Reprisal, he's taking the fight and he's doing a so good job.
Lyn's army is dwindling. Another grunt is going down. Lyn seems to be kind of all over the place with his thoughts. There is one more Stormbolt. He's going on to the Blade Master. Will the damage be enough? He'll Wave saves him for now, and now maybe he has to force the invul potion here. It's gonna be close. No wind walk for now. Reveal being used. He is dusted. Is there mana? Nah, he's too far away. What is he? Is he only 5? Oh boy, yeah. He will get the Wind Rider for that. But holy hell, Reprisal is back in this game.
Yeah, he said he might be a magician, and most of the time people don't know what happened, but this is the Houdini moment, I guess. He is like pulling out rabbits everywhere, and he is taking a fight where he was 10 supply down. Lyn had everything. He had like a mana potion, he had 2 heal scrolls, and he had 10 supply advantage. Reprisal going to that fight and saying like, you know what, I'm the one that knocks, killing the Kodo off right off the bat, now taking that fight on his terms, and he had the sick position with the militia duration being like at 90% when he takes the fight. And he was just able to take it. I'm not even, I don't know what to think about that, but he's now bringing the fight to the Orc player.
Yeah, there are a little more raiders, and he has a nice sentry ward, so the Blade Master will most likely be detected the entire time. Once again, a raider falls immediately. The Wyverns are slowed and therefore easy to focus. The Blade Master has an invul potion, but no heal scroll anymore. There's only heal wave from the SH, but not too much of them. First Wind Rider is down. They give a lot of experience. Mountain King has to be careful. 50% down with the Blade Master as well. Level 4.5. Oh boy, 54 for Reprisal, 48 for Lyn, but fighting in his own main base is always a little easier. Heal wave immediately after the bash, so he does not risk anything at all.
Yeah, I don't even know what to say. It looks way too good for Reprisal. I was doubting him on the maps when he was like doing a few mistakes, but the last fight is absolutely making up for that. He was taking that fight so well. Now the Shadowhunter has positioned himself in the far back of that fight to actually get a few more mana points regenerated by that Clarity Potion. But level 4 Archmage, level 4 Mountain King, no heal scrolls for him. He's now falling back. Not sure if this is the right call, but I don't want to doubt him anymore. And yeah, 56 supply, he's on upkeep, he's losing gold to that. In the meantime, his opponent is getting all the gold in the world from that one gold mine that he's mining from, since he's on no upkeep. And he will like burst out in units and maybe have like 10 supply again, and then they will face on equal conditions. And since he was losing a fight before that, when they were like not on the equal conditions, I think Reprisal might be the one just like winning that game right here. It's 59 supply for him. He's getting more units. He's getting more breakers. He got that Invis upgrade. No Dispel for the Priest. I would like to see that Dispel upgrade so that he can get rid of the Hex as soon as there's like a hero focus coming in with the Hex to get rid of the Archmage probably. And that might be the only cause, but now the Mountain King, the little dwarf, is going to town, checking on the opponent, role-playing the Blade Master by fake using that Wind Walk. It's just the invisibility from the Sorceress, but yeah, Reprisal is taking his time and is sorting things out here.
Yeah, on map 1 and 2, we were impressed with the crazy controls of Lyn. This time it was Reprisal to win the fight. Was this the only time that he will caught Lyn off guard? Will Lyn come back, or will Reprisal take this home? We are about to witness. It doesn't take that much longer until we see the next fight, because the map is almost crept entirely. And what is Lyn doing? He is up at 60 food. He's not banking anymore. He's not going for the shop. He's not getting any items except this heal potion and the invo potion that he got earlier. Reprisal at the same time is just occupying the middle of Echo Isles, also not going to the shops.
I don't understand why he's like actually in this position. Of course, he sees with that sentry ward how the Orc player is moving. So if the Orc player goes down all the way to the remaining orange spot, he might go for that main base, kill the shop, because the shop is crucial. If you kill that Voodoo launch, he's not able to get like mana potions, clarity potion, or anything in the fight. So he's probably waiting for the Orc player to try to go for some more creeping, and then he will punish him by killing one Burrow, by killing that shop, and then taking a fight in the main base so that he can actually win. Wow, that nice curveball. Did you see that?
No, unfortunately not. It wasn't the base.
So Mountain King was throwing like a hammer at the Blade Master because he was in vision of that sentry ward, and then it was like a curveball from that bolt, but he was running out of the vision. So it was not hitting the Blade Master at all. It's so cute. 65 supply for the Orc, 68 for the human player. And I'm not sure. I would like to see Blizzard and a heal scroll on him, but so far he was like taking good fights, using now Invis on the Water Elemental to actually spot and see what's going on here. One Spirit, actually like one Wyvern still there, one Wind Rider is still in addition to that army, and I think it's a nice addition. But the last time, I think he lost a lot of units because there was no Spirit Link on the Raiders. There was no Spirit Link on the Kodo Beast. So the Bolt is doing full damage. The Militias are getting rid of units. And this is the reason why he probably lost the last fight.
Okay, Reprisal has militia support. He is up 71 food. Lyn is moving out, and that's exactly what you were talking about. As soon as Lyn moves out of his base, Reprisal will be there to strike for the shop, and he's doing that just fine, killing it off in no time. Invisible Water Elementals once again to prevent the Dispel. Lyn is not sure. Shall I attack now? Is this a good position? What can I do? Blade Master got the heal scroll, got the invo potion, and with that he wants to fight. 68 versus 71. Reprisal building a shop of his own. Maybe just for blocking, maybe just for distraction. But Lyn is walking cross by it. He's going for the heroes. And oh, invo potion right away.
Yeah, he dodged that bolt with the invo potion, is now committing to the fight and is bringing everything. Water Elementals paired up again, being dispelled. No more Water Elementals, but it's still 68 against 71 from Reprisal. A huge army for the human player, able to kill off the Raiders. The last remaining Wind Rider is still there, is being attacked and healed up. Now the Blade Master is being attacked. There's a heal scroll as well as a heal potion on him. He's using the heal potion. The Spirit Link is immediately being stolen from the Breaker, so he's doing this manually. Very well microed. Finally we see that splendid control from Reprisal again. Another Breaker being microed, but one dies and bites the dust here. Blade Master being attacked. A bash on the Blade Master. Can he kill the first hero? Healing. Scroll is being used. Spirit Link. He needs to use the heal wave. Why is he not using it? First hero down from Lyn. He's about to lose the third game.
Oh my god. Once again, no Spirit Link on the Kodo Beast. Stormbolt on the Shadow Hunter. There's no shop, no nothing. Bolt again. A bash again. And the Shadow Hunter is down, and this seems to be the win for Reprisal. Level 5 on the Archmage. Lyn's comeback is ruined, and the human player is taking the first best of 3 of the day.
Dude, what an impressive performance from Reprisal, getting back into that game and fighting himself back into that game just like a lion. I'm crazy impressed with this guy, but on the other hand, this dude, Lyn, coming back after, you said, a 29 months without playing a tournament, and he also looks pretty damn solid.
I think when that game happened, game number 3, I was almost entirely sure that Lyn was going to take it. And then also the second hero choice, the Mountain King, he really took his time to get underway. Before level 3, we say it often, MK isn't too impressive. And Lyn had a decent advantage, I would say, in the mid-game stages, and then he overcommits to that fight in the near the human main. You said the duration of the militia lasted for such a long time, and what you also mentioned, Spirit Link. Spirit Link was missing. Was that a mistake or intentional? I think it was a mistake, honestly, just a simple mistake. Maybe he wanted to save the mana for a disenchant on the water elementals because he was going into Wind Riders, but man, the damage mitigation against Stormbolt is really needed. He didn't get it. I think there was the one mistake that game, overextension and no Spirit Link, and he just gets wrecked, and Reprisal finding his feet again and playing it through in the end. Lyn kind of falling short in a position where he needed to come up strong.
Yeah, I think you're so right on that. You're so right on that. And yeah, still, I don't know how he managed to take a fight with 10 supply less, and he had like 2 heal scrolls against him and a mana potion on that Shadow Hunter. Levels were impressive for Lyn as well. He was like creating such a big advantage in that game for himself, but he could not really like transition it into the victory of that third map. So wow, just wow.
Indeed, the next game that we're supposed to show is Moon versus Czech. Or we could go for Loliad Reprisal.
I would go with... I said we spoke about that yesterday, right?
Yeah.
And I think like second game... Moon against Czech is also a good game. But I think Reprisal against Loliad is definitely the best game of that second games being played. So we should head into that one, even though we don't have a clean feed and people will still experience lag. But guys in chat, please let us know what you want to say. Is it either Moon against Czech, a Knight of Mirror, or Loliad, the Knight of, like, probably the best Knight of in Korea against the human player that we just saw.
Alright, this is another channel. You can see Moon versus Czech on Africa TV. Should be featured on their website. So I'm still struggling to get results. I think Moon won. Who was it? Laliat beat Czech 2-1. That's the only result I have so far.
Yeah, hopefully we get some information from our good friends over in Korea. I also think Reprisal versus Lolai would be a nice match. Seems like Reprisal is finding his footing now. Seems like maybe the first game was kind of an off game. Maybe he wasn't warmed up yet. It is, after all, a long day of Warcraft. Don't know how much these guys have prepared beforehand, how much they have practiced today before this tournament starts, because of course we're gonna have a lot of games. These are gonna be 9 best of 3s, guys. We only got through with the first one just now, where we of course saw Reprisal beating Lin 2-1. We have 8 more to go, so you're right in the we're absolutely in the right spot here for more Warcraft action coming up very soon. And the kind of confusing thing here is we always have to look at the games and stuff so we don't miss anything. Please, Neo, what is
Holy
so
shit,
wowing?
I just got an update from Bainey versus Focus.
And Bainey won 2-0 probably,
Bainey
right?
won 2-1.
Boom!
What
I
the
said
hell?
it's not that impressive, that guy, nowadays.
I'm absolutely stunned.
Yeah, I would have put a lot of money against that outcome.
Yeah, me too.
Like a lot of money.
Yeah, and we
Bainey-
saw WCA China and the huge surprises, and now we're gonna have some more surprises, though.
Wow.
Yeah, that's a good other thing to bring up, actually. WCA China qualifiers are also being played, not right now, but they are still in the process of finding out the winner of the first qualifier. And actually, in the grand final, we have an unadvertised org ZDR versus 120. So the big names, man, what's happening to them? In China, they're falling short, and now Focus losing to Bainey. Guys, is this a possibility? Bainey getting through this qualifier?
Yeah. I don't know, probably. I was still counting on Czech, but we have another update. Moon was able to win 2-0 against Minyuk, so at least one big name is playing up to himself.
That was to be
And
expected,
yeah.
yes.
That was kind of expected, but we will see more from him, like, today. Definitely we're gonna cover a few Moon games, but I think we're gonna stick to Lolite Reprisal now, because this is, like, promised to be one of the best games that we will see, at least for my taste, because Human against Night always cool to see, a lot of action going on. And yeah, probably the game after Lin against Reprisal that I'm looking forward to see the most.
Remo, please cover for me. I'm doing the tables right now.
Yeah. So, what do we talk about here? Lolliot versus Reprisal, kind of the two guys. I like mentioning it over and over, so sorry if you guys are sick of it. But yeah, the two guys changing up the meta game quite significantly, especially Lolliot with the Warden. YAWS, I'm pretty sure you have had some grueling experiences playing against the Warden. Of course, that's what we have to expect from Lolliot. I guess provocative answer in the beginning. Question in the beginning: is she just basically broken at the core of her being? Jesus Christ, that's loud, by the way.
Sorry.
There's a lot of rattling going on. Is she broken?
Meh. Some people might say yes, other people might say nah, but I think there will definitely be a big patch hitting that hero and actually like nerfing that one. Because in my opinion, it's definitely one of the heroes that is way too strong. It's way too strong in too many phases of the game. There's basically no phase of the game where the Warden is not strong, because when it comes out of the altar and you take like a 1-against-1 with the Archmage against the Warden, this is just a nightmare. It's absolutely impossible to take that fight, because even level 1 Shadow Strike is getting rid of your Archmage. Level 2 Shadow Strike is killing your Archmage right from the start. Level 2 Fan of Knives is killing your entire worker line without you can do anything about it. So probably nerfing that hero might be something useful, and yeah, if there's one guy that is abusing the fact or the strength of that hero to the best, it's definitely Lolliot, I guess.
We're looking forward to it. I think we're gonna do a small break, and then we'll be back in like 3 minutes, I guess.